Good morning, fellow option traders. This is Jeff, and welcome to the daily scan for Thursday, October 30th, 2014. All right, yesterday, QE is going to end, but there's a piece of it that I think is still going to continue running. Somehow or another, they have to finance the debt, so something's going to keep running there. I forget the details. I didn't understand them, that's why I forgot them. Petroleum status report, switching over to winter blends. I don't really know exactly what that means. Today we have GDP at 8:30 and jobless claims, and then anti-Yellen at 9 o'clock. And I think that's about it for today. So it should be a relatively quiet day on the announcement front. In Asia, slightly bullish. A couple of bearish exchanges here. And in Europe, bearish across the board. Pretty solid too, I would say. But not exceptionally bearish, just kind of average. Okay, where are we going to next? Next we go to take a look at the futures here, and let's bring up, we'll close this, we'll bring up the big four charted here. Make sure all our bars are over here all the way. Okay, so we're looking at a maybe a slight gap down at the open, nothing real big, but it might be an indication of the direction for the day. And gold took a huge hit last night, but I think it's because the dollar moved up, to tell you the truth, or something like that. How are we doing against the euro? Still $1.25. Okay, well, I don't know what the explanation is for gold. I really don't. Oil's at 81.42. So let's take a look at the charts here. ES looks like at the open here for the European market, it's taking a dump. Gold, this happened overnight, all this movement here after the close of trading in the US. It took a big hit. Oil was up there pretty good yesterday and it took a pullback overnight, and the VIX is still kind of in the basement. Looks like it might creep up a tad today. Alright, so the guru made a big mistake yesterday by neglecting to put a limit order in on that Russell 2000. So let's take a look at the chart here for the RUT. Okay, here's yesterday's action. Nice move here at the open. I should have put a limit order in on it, but I ended up exiting right around this candle here, this low spot, actually for the day yesterday. So I needed $11.10, and I sold it for $9. So I lost $2.10 or $210 on the trade. So not all that devastating, not as devastating as if I would have just sold the entire spread or closed the entire spread here. I would have lost even more. So I was able to recover a little bit, so I guess I can feel good about that, but I feel really dumb about the not putting a limit order in yesterday morning before the open, because let's take a look at, here we have a chart on the Russell. This is a 5-day, 5-minute chart. We want to pull up the chart for that particular option. So when we want to look at an option, we just type period and then the underlying symbol, and I'll put 14 in here for the year, and then we're looking at this expiration, which is 10/31. We're looking at a call. You know, it's really nice that it prompts you for all this, and we're looking for the 1140. And here it is right here. So here's my break even at $11.10, right? This line across here. So it actually blew by it because I had an alert on it at $11, and the alert went off, and I looked at it and I go, oh wow, yeah, I'm going to be rich. And I went and I looked at the option itself, and it was already up to, you know, like $12 or $13, and it was climbing pretty good at the close yesterday. So what I should have done was put a limit order in at this close amount. Remember when I mentioned it yesterday, it was $13.34. If I would have put that limit order in, it would have executed here, and it may have pulled as much as $14 out of that particular trade. It all kind of depends. You know, you never know what might have happened at that time, but it definitely would have been a profitable trade, but instead it ends up being a losing trade because I ended up getting out here for $9. So it was probably like the lowest point. That's probably my trade right here. This one at $9. It was like, oh, okay, yeah, this is the guru's candle right here. And I can laugh because you can't take these seriously. You know, you can't let them depress you, but you should learn a lesson, and I learned a lesson. I don't know why I didn't put a limit order in on it. I guess I just figured it was going to continue to move up, and I got greedy. So that is my big mistake. So hopefully we all learn from it. Okay, so let's just jump right over into our scan because we really don't have much more. We still have an open position on Netflix, and we'll look at that when we get to it. All right, Apple, we're still waiting for it to come down and give us an entry. Amazon, yeah, looks like we might get, we are in setup territory here on Amazon. That's a nice looking pattern. Actually, to tell you the truth, this is a nice looking pattern too, nice and strong in all waves, even though part of it was this earnings gap here, but it's already pretty much filled this gap, and now it looks like as though it's hit our 50 HMA, or the Hall moving average, for all practical purposes, and that's probably going to act as a little bit of resistance as it has along here. So this is a setup. Alright, so even it's not an alertable trade, but I'm still going to put an alert in here just as a reminder to take a look at this, especially if it moves down. Okay, Boeing was on our list yesterday with a setup, and we actually got it, so now this is alertable also, and all these are going to be, this is officially alertable. This will go in the alert category. And these would be an expiration of Friday. Alright, Baidu, they did have their earnings, did they not? Finally, let's take a look at a chart for that. BIDU. See what kind of action we had overnight. They beat by 30 cents almost, 28 cents, and there's a lot of shares changing hands here, craziness happening. We actually had, yeah, quite a few shares changing hands there. Oh, but looking pretty flat for today. Alright, Chipotle. We were looking for a move up. We're bullish on Chipotle, so we have a target set down here. Still not sure if that's valid or not, but we're just going to keep an eye on it. Everything is looking, it still looks weak, even though I said that my bias was bullish. Still looking weak. Costco, we have a target set down here. Let's move it over. It's going to take it a while for that one to develop an entry for us. We'll take this one off. Okay, take a look at the Dow here. Broke through our line. Alright, I think we can get rid of these. They're no longer valid. And looking at the long-term trend, looks like we may have a little bit of a reversal, but there's always these small corrections anytime in any sort of underlying. Here's a big move yesterday on gold and a big move overnight too. It's just not giving me anything. It's beating me up on my 100 shares. Google. I don't know what to do about Google because this isn't really valid. It might be okay for a 20 delta. I want to put them down for a 20 delta here. Just not comfortable with a 50 on Google right now because it's a little bit confusing. We have momentum increasing to the bullish side, and we have stochastic coming up here on a weekly. On a weekly, though, we're still negative with our moving average, and on the daily, we're still negative. So I might be looking for a 20 delta on Google today, which we have an expiration of next week. So it failed us on our 50 delta that we were looking for. And that was earlier in the beginning of the week. We actually had an alert on it. Good thing we didn't get in it with a 50 delta because that would have been a loser. And were we kept out of it? We were looking for a bear call. And this is Friday. And I just didn't... Oh, yeah, we did do something on Friday, didn't we? We pulled a little bit of money out of this. So it was in and out the same day. I remember that now. Yeah, that was 70, made 70 bucks on that thing. Okay, but nothing right now. We're still looking for a 20 delta on that. LinkedIn. Aftermarket today. Still would bet negative on that. I'm not going to look at it though. Try to keep this recording relatively short. NDX, we're looking for a bull put. Still waiting. Why do I have the pencil over here? There we go. Here's our Netflix trade. Hanging in there on it. Anything going overnight on that? Yeah, it looks like as though it's going to cooperate for today. And we're up 73 bucks on that out of a possible... Let's take a look here. Yeah, we have a ways to go on that. Oh, there's 4 of them, that's why. Yeah, we're looking for 192. Alright, price line. Oh, I gotta bring the charts up in order to see the chart, don't I? We have earnings next week on price line. We're not going to do anything with it today. We already looked at RUT, but let's see if there's... We didn't look at it to see if there was anything we wanted to do today for next week's expiration. Well, I don't know. This is looking pretty bullish, so I'm going to remove all the drawings here. we already did enough analysis on that. So what are you thinking here? I'm thinking that we have a trend reversal. So we'd be looking for a 20 delta on the bear call or bull put side. Okay, SPX. Looking for the same thing. Bull put. New uptrend. And weekly, good momentum to the upside. Tesla. Earnings next week. Not going to touch that even at all. And this is Visa. They had their earnings. They didn't do all that bad. Was their earnings last night? Let me look here. 10:29 aftermarket. So let's take a look at Visa. The symbol's easy to type. Oh, very nice. And where was I? What was my bet on Visa that I didn't actually put a simulated order in, but I was saying to the downside. So it ended up moving up a full 9 points. So I don't know what the market maker move was on it. 6. So it actually outdid the market maker move. All right. That's it for today. I wanted to just jump back here and take a look at Boeing again. Ah, yes. It's an alertable trade. I didn't see. I was looking at my notes to make sure it was on there. So we have an alert on Boeing, a setup on Amazon, and a 20 delta on Google for today. So the alerts and setups would be for an expiration of tomorrow, and the 20 deltas would be an expiration of next week. Okay, thanks a heap for watching. Have a great day and happy trading.